So we'll discuss another topics in DS. So just go for DS again, and in previous video we have seen about the snap settings, okay, snap and grid settings, and we have seen about the polar tracking also, okay. And object snap is nothing but to display the points on the objects, and similarly there is 3D object snap which will be useful for 3D drawings, that is 3D solid drawings. And next one is dynamic input. So dynamic input is nothing but already we are seeing some input on the screen like this, okay. So when we are giving line command or whatever the commands we are going to use on the screen, we are able to see some input and the points on the screen, okay. There are three types of input. One is prompt input, that is nothing but specify first point, and another one is pointer input. Pointer input is nothing but that 14.5 279.61 is there now, so that is known as pointer input. And another thing is when we are drawing, we are going to get the dimension input, okay. So dimension input is nothing but it will be showing the distance and as well as angle between them, okay. So whatever you want to show on the screen, you can turn on them, and if you don't want to show any of the option like prompt or the pointer or the dimension, those settings can be done in drafting settings and under dynamic input, okay. So if you don't want to show the pointer input, just uncheck this box, okay. And if you observe on the screen, when I am giving the line command, previously we were getting specify first point, but right now we are not getting any first point or etc, okay. We are not able to see the coordinates on the screen, okay. So let it be on. And next one is dimension input. So you can go for settings, and if you want to show only one dimension at a time, you can go for one dimension field at a time and click on OK. Now we won't able to see the angular change, but we can see the changes in the dimension, okay, length dimensions, okay. And if you don't want to show that on the screen, so you can go for DS and you can uncheck this box, okay. And similarly, if you don't want to show prompts like specify first point and second points, etc., so simply you can turn off these two options. Additional tips with commands prompting is nothing but additional options, okay. So whatever the options we are getting for the particular tool, those will be off with respect to dynamic prompts. And similarly, next one is quick properties. Quick properties is nothing but if you want to get certain properties when we are selecting an object, then you can go for quick properties. So to apply that one, Ctrl Shift plus P is the shortcut key, or simply you can check this box and click on OK. So if I am going to take one circle on the screen and just select the object, you are able to get this all the objects or all the properties related to the circular object, okay. Simply if you want to change any properties, you can change here. So here we are going to get the radius as 125, and I want to change it for something like around 250. So enter. You can see that circle size has been increased, okay. And you can observe one thing, when I am placing the cursor on the table, the table has been expanded and it is known as palette. Actually this is known as palette, not table, okay. So this is done by using drafting settings, and under this quick properties, if you observe here, we are having this box collapse palette automatically. If you are checking this box, then only 2 rows will be displayed on the screen and the remaining rows will be displayed when we are moving the cursor on the palette. If you don't want to apply that one, simply uncheck this one, okay. And palette location. So what is happening here is when we are clicking on the object, we are getting that palette with respect to cursor. You can observe that the box has been formed with respect to cursor at bottom left. If you want to form at top right at certain distance, then you can go for DS again and you can adjust the quick properties. So under this, cursor dependent and static options are there under palette location, okay. So if you want to locate that palette at top right and at certain distance, you can observe the distance here, okay. You can give 0 to 400 distance, and if you are keeping static and wherever the object is there, for example, let me show first this one. If I am keeping 50 and click on the object, you can see that palette has been coming at right side, top right side with respect to cursor at 50 distance pixels, okay, 50 pixel distances. And static, for example, I have drawn one object here, for example rectangle, and just going for DS and making it as static over here and click on OK. So if I am clicking on rectangle, you can observe that the palette has been formed at the last position. So whatever the last position of the palette is there, that will be acting as the static position for the quick properties. Control Shift P is the shortcut key for this, and if you need, you can use this option to change the properties of the object. That is only limited properties. Okay, and if you want to customize the options which you are going to get in this palette, simply you can click on the CUI option here, customize option, and you will be getting another window like this. It will take some time to apply that. So we'll be getting a customized user interface window like this. Okay, so at customization files, we are going to have the quick properties. Just select the quick properties, and whatever the tools applied in the AutoCAD, whatever the tools displayed in AutoCAD. So for example, let us go for circle. Okay, there is a circle tool, and we are seeing certain properties only, like color, layer, line type, line weight, and just now we have changed the radius. So let me turn off the radius. Okay, and I want to give the circumference, and just click on apply and OK. So like this, we can change properties for different options or different tools in AutoCAD. Whatever properties you want to display on the screen, you can check them and click on OK. And if you observe here, when I'm selecting the circle, the radius option will be off here. So just I'm going to select this. And you can check here in the list, there is no radius option, but the circumference option has been displayed here. So circumference is nothing but perimeter. You can change the perimeter, and accordingly diameter and the radius will be adjusted. Okay. So like this, you can adjust the screen, adjust the objects by using the quick selection. Okay, quick properties, not quick selection. And the last option in drafting settings is selection cycling. Selection cycling is useful when any two objects or any number of objects are overlapped and you want to select one of them. So you can make use of selection cycling, and Control W is the shortcut key for this. Okay, so just same here also we are going to get one box. Where that box has to be displayed is dependent on the selection cycling options here. Okay, so if I am going for cursor dependent, it will be displayed at bottom right. Otherwise, if you want to display at top right, you can select the option, or you can make it as a static and show title bar. It will be showing as a selection cycling. If you don't want to show as selection cycling, simply just uncheck this bar. Okay, so let me show this one. For example, there might be some intersection of objects on the other objects. Let me draw another object at this point. For example, let us take one line. Okay, say for example line, and I'm going to draw a line from this point to this point and from here to here. So actually there is a rectangle as well as line is overlapping on that rectangle. Okay, so if you are choosing, and you can observe that when we are placing cursor on the object, we are going to get the overlapping box over there. Okay, overlapping two boxes. So just click on this and you will be getting this selection title, and you are going to get this too. Okay, these are quick properties, and this is selection cycling. So if I am choosing polyline, the rectangle will be highlighted. If I am choosing line, line will be highlighted. If I am coming to this point, you can see that overlapping symbol over there. Click on that, you will be getting line, polyline, arc and circle options like this. Okay, so in any case, if you needed this option, you can make use of this. Mostly it will be useful in 3D figures or when objects are overlapped. Okay, so these are the settings we have seen in drafting settings. That is snap and grid. In snap and grid, we have discussed about the grid snap, rectangular snap, isometric and polar snap. Isometric snap is used for 3D figures, that is 3D line figures in 2D plane. Okay, and polar tracking is nothing but graphical representation of polar method, that is distance and angle. So distance is given in polar snap and angle is given in polar tracking. And object snap is to display the points on the objects and make it will be useful for our drawing to for easy drawing. And similarly, there is 3D object snap and dynamic input. So whatever input you want to show on the screen, that can be adjusted here. And quick properties, if you want to adjust certain properties of objects, then this option is useful. And if you want to select overlapping objects, then you can go for selection cycling. So this is all about the drafting settings. In next video, we are going to discuss about the modification tools.